Cuban authorities say the country's Coast Guard killed 4 people on a speedboat that was registered in Florida. They say that people on board the speedboat first fired at Cuban border guard troops when they tried to approach the boat for identification. CBS News correspondent Cristian Benavides joining us live now with more on this. So, Cristian, what are we learning about the incident at this hour?
Juliet, we're still sorting through all of this information. The information that we do have is from Cuban officials, so we should preface that by saying that this is a repressive communist regime which does not allow independent reporting. And so what the Cuban government says is the following, that that at least 4 people that were on board a U.S. speedboat were killed after entering Cuban waters this morning. Now, according to Cuba's Ministry of the Interior, it was a Florida-registered boat that was a nautical mile northeast of the El Pino Canal in Cayo Falcones. 5 Cuban border guard troops approached it asking for identification. Cuban officials claim those on board opened fire first, injuring a Cuban commander. Border guards, Cuba says, returned fire, killing 4 and injuring 6 others. The injured were evacuated and received medical attention. Now, it remains unclear whether any U.S. citizens were on board the speedboat or why it entered Cuban waters. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had this to say not too long ago.
I know that the Coast Guard has responded to the area, to the vicinity. I'll need to get more fidelity and understanding from them once I get on the airplane about what exactly they're looking for. I don't know who has possession of the vessel, which is the first thing we would want to have. We obviously want to have access to these people if they are American citizens or U.S. residents. But I'm not going to speculate now, because right now still a lot of the information that's out there is information that's been provided by the Cubans. We are going to verify that information independently and reach our own conclusions.
Right, so that is the big question, is who was on board? Were there American or U.S. citizens, rather, that may have been on board that speedboat? And this incident comes amid already heightened tensions between Cuba and the U.S. as Washington has blocked nearly all oil shipments to the island and threatened tariffs on goods from any country that ships oil to Cuba. Juliet.
Cristian Benavides, thanks so much.